Okay, so after I have boundaries, something can happen inside of me with a sponsor where I could actually begin to build self-esteem. Not too much can happen without boundaries. But if I develop boundaries, I can begin to build self-esteem from the inside out. Other esteem is important, but self-esteem can't really be replaced, and it's something that I needed my parents or my surrogate parents to give me when I was a child, and they didn't have it to give. And if any of us are tiny tots here, the messages we give about affirmations, instead of I am beautiful, I am valuable, the message to give myself is you are beautiful, you are valuable. So the pronouns need to be in you. If I could actually imagine that I had my precious child within in my arms, and I was talking to Dawn, let's say I'm a smoker. Now I'm out there puffing away and I got my precious little Dawn beside me. Can you see me putting a cigarette in a little 6-month-old baby's mouth? I don't think so. And if I were actually talking to this child, I would say, you are precious and you are beautiful.
It was like the Bradshaw homecoming thing.
I would say more like creating love in this sense. Creating Love is the most recent series.
So an affirmation is more of a mirror effect.
Yeah. Mirroring?
Meaning, yeah, saying, yeah. I mean, it's one thing saying I to other people when we're around, saying them, but we're really saying to ourselves, so you want to say you.
Okay, so like, I say, I accept myself as I learn the truth in my affirmations. I would say, you accept yourself as you learn the truth? Yeah. Or as I learn.
And also, keep it real simple. If you got a little tot inside you, which a lot of us do, you're precious. You are precious. It doesn't matter what anybody else is saying. You are precious.
And when you look in the mirror, because that's the way that I was instructed to do it, should I still say I then? Because now I'm really having a problem. Had to get used to saying I. But I'm looking at myself.
I'll leave that to you.
Okay.
Because you know what? Recovery about having boundaries is about making choices. And being self-determining from the inside out. In other words, I no longer look to someone or something outside me to tell me what my choices are in my life. I come here by choice because I enjoy you. I really honor you. I'm not paid. I have to do service work as part of the 12-step program, and I get to choose where I go to do service work, just as you will get to choose where you go to do service work. So recovery for me today is about choices, personal choices from the inside out. I'm not waiting for somebody to come along and fall off an apple cart and say, Dawn, you can do this. I am who I am today. You are who you are today. There is no one outside me today to tell me to brush my teeth. I tell myself, little Dawn, you brush your teeth, if I'm going to be parenting my little kid.
Does self-esteem and self-centeredness have anything in common, or like?
There's two types of judgments. In this shame, Jekyll talk, there's a judgment that I can't live with. And that's this control, shame, blame, fault, guilt. Patriarchy. Or matriarchy, but mostly patriarchy. With this kind of Jekyll talk, I can't live with this. I cannot live with this because the pain of this is too intense. So I have to self-medicate, and the way I would self-medicate is through some addictive process, through mental illness, through physical illness. DSM-3 calls this physical illness. We surface the pain, somatoform illness. We surface the pain. The emotional, spiritual pain is so intense, we surface it as a physical illness. Okay. So, and now I'm talking right now about the choices. Owning my own reality means that I need to make choices. This is about choices. knowing my needs and wants, and acting moderately in all my affairs. Okay, once I'm off of alcohol or drugs or prescription or eating disorders, or I've stopped gambling, I'm not risk-taking, driving around in my car on an empty tank of gas thinking that I'm going to get someplace because I'm my own higher power, and I don't really know yet about this higher power, that my higher power is not another person and I am not my own higher power. I don't really know that yet. I haven't really gotten it yet because I'm the one that's been taking care of me all my life. So I may very well think that I am my higher power. And I need to get that there is a higher power outside of me that is not me and not you and not my family members. And that has to do with page 63 of the big book. You know, and really working the steps. Getting a hold of a sponsor who knows what they're talking about, who's not going to be shaming. I didn't have that when I came to AA. I had to teach my sponsors about codependency. They simply did not know. And they were very shaming to me. Okay, there's a thing that happens when we don't necessarily have to stop smoking, but we got to know that if we're going to be eating at 3 o'clock in the morning, sneaking into Jerry's kitchen down here, we got to know we got something happening. We need to know that we're not like little bitty mice just sneaking around getting cheese and crackers, that we may have an eating disorder. We need to at least know what's going on. If we're having some candy bar, like 3 o'clock every afternoon, we take a walk up to when we get off of our restriction time up to the little thing we buy candy. It's not that I have to stop eating the candy, but at least I need to be aware of what I'm using to distort and distract myself from feeling my feelings in the moment. Because what I'm talking about, having boundaries, means that I am going to tumble, fumble, and bumble into this moment, whether we want to be here or not. We're kind of stuck with each other for right now. But you're going to like boundaries. I like them. You know, I get to practice them with you. I get to learn more. I'm here sharing boundaries because I want to learn about boundaries. Incredible things happen inside me with the interchange that I have with you all here about boundaries. Wendy and Sandy did an incredible sharing about boundaries. When Wendy confronted Sandy, she said, I want to know you. You know, I saw all kinds of things happening in Sandy's face, very tight. What do you mean? I am me. What do you mean? And Wendy, you were crying that day. You said, we care about you. We want to be your friends. And that connection to me was so powerful that day that I really got to see that this spiritual communication connection was real. Because I couldn't see the connection, but when I saw you two working, I saw that this spiritual connection is real. And you know what? It's not just one person. If I'm really going to have a spiritual connection, I got to say that the person receiving has to be spiritually present in the moment and not loaded on drugs or alcohol or not thinking about when we're going to eat or our next boyfriend or whatever's coming down the pipe. But really it's two connecting tubes. One to listen, which takes a lot of energy, to be present, and one to deliver whatever the message is going to be. So intimacy is a two-way sharing that can go on between human beings when we have boundaries.
I think I had a good example